What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Meditations. The time is here, huh? Yeah, it's what we've all been waiting for. The Bitcoin Treasury Crypto Reserve. It's been announced, $200 billion. They're going to use assets that already are held by the federal government. So it's not going to cost U.S. citizens any of their tax dollars. But unlike my speculation, Bitcoin is pretty frickin' low right now, isn't it? What the hell's going on here? Can anyone explain? No, just kidding. I can explain it. But sure, I was thinking that after this announcement, like I was watching this stuff play through, right? I was watching things leading up to the election, for example. And I was watching Bitcoin. I was watching the stocks. And as the election was drawing nearer, and as the votes were coming in, I was watching Bitcoin go up. All right? I was watching other stocks go up. And I got scared. I was like, holy shit. This is going to hit the moon. And it was around $100,000 per share, per coin. And that was about the time where, as mentioned in my previous videos, I panic dumped $4,000 into Bitcoin. And of course, he gets elected then, right? And then the month after, the month and a half after, the 2 months after, the 3 months after, where we're at now, after the election anyway, we've seen it sort of fall. We've seen that shit go down. I'm checking my phone right now. It's at about 86,000. So holy toad. I lost about 15%. Of course, right now I'm buying $5 a day, no matter what. And I recommend all you guys do the same. If you're willing to take a risk. No matter what. But, man, I was expecting that bullshit to go up by this point, you know? I mean, I got the silver. Here's the silver right here. And this shit has barely moved in 4 years, all right? I bought this shit in 2020. It's barely moved in 5 years. Hell, I remember it being around 30, 31 an ounce then. And now it's only 32 an ounce. I'm probably going to lose my investment on the damn premium if I were to sell it now. That's not what I'm going to do, but I'm just saying, I'm holding this shit forever. This silver, I'm not going to sell this shit. Just because I'm pissed. You know, I'm pissed that I put money into it, and we're seeing that shit go down. Never sell at a loss. All right, that's how I roll. Sometimes I sell shit even, like you shit. And if I buy something that's like I find later is broken, I buy that shit so low, I'll like still try to sell it at a profit, you know, because people still buy shit that's broken. They like to take it apart and fix it or something. So that translates over to these stocks, to these risks, right? Now, of course, there are some things that I guess you might have to sell at a loss, but I don't buy that shit. Not unless if I'm willing to risk a little bit. Like you're buying some single company, right? Some shares in a single company that's ass. I guess I could understand you might want to sell that shit when they're about to go out of business. Well, that's why you don't buy the single companies. You see what I'm saying? You just buy the index funds and all that shit. Or just one in particular. But we're seeing the landscape change. And I could tell you why the Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. In fact, I can tell you why that shit's coming down a little bit. Even after this whole treasury announcement. No one would say, Lifespan, why would you want that shit in your treasury? Doesn't have any intrinsic value. It doesn't produce anything. Well, neither does the US dollar. But of course, the treasury is supposed to be in assets, right? Beyond just the fake dollar. Here's why. The dollar's starting to go out of style, right? People are getting scared to use the damn dollar across the world. They're seeing we're print the hell out of it into oblivion, diminishing its value. And they want to get out of it. All right, look at the BRICS currencies. So here's the trick behind the crypto reserve, and I speculate this is why it's happening. This is stuff that goes unsaid, all right? You're hearing it here first. The president knows that. He knows, I mean, there's some things that they don't want to say. You know, they don't want to stir fear upon the people who elected him and all that. But he's trying to fix it, all right? That's why he's not straight up saying, oh yeah, they're going to destroy the dollar. That's what they're trying to do. And once that happens, hyperinflation is going to come and our civilization is going to get destroyed because we don't have any manufacturing here. The ones who are manufacturing our shit are overseas or in Mexico or wherever. And they're not going to want our damn dollar anymore when they kick it out of their economy. So we're not going to be able to buy their shit anymore because we're not going to have any dollars. And at the same time, we're not going to be able to make shit because we don't have any manufacturing here. Because 90% of it left since NAFTA was signed. You see that? And since the China, Big Red Dragon country joined the WTO, how are you supposed to compete with commies? Can anyone tell me? I mean, it's like you're saying, okay, Iceman, let's have your football team play against our football team, but your football team is going to have their arms tied behind their backs, all right? But my football team, Iceman, they're going to be able to use their arms. And yeah, it's a free market. Let's see how you guys go. You know, it's the same fucking thing when you're competing with slave labor. You can't compete with slave labor. It's fucking bullshit. So that's what's going on here, you know, and they're not going to want the damn dollar. So here's why the crypto reserve is relevant, especially when it comes to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an accepted currency to an extent, right? The whole world can purchase it as long as your government doesn't refuse them of it, like Big Red Dragon Country, for example, even though apparently Big Red Dragon Country is buying shit as their reserves. They're buying some of that shit as their reserve, but not letting their citizens buy it. See what I'm saying? Because they know the landscape's changing. All right? So the reason why our president wants this shit is because it keeps the US dollar in check from being printed into oblivion, which does cause the rest of the world not to trust it anymore, and then they want to get out of it. You see what I'm saying? So if we can have harnessed in our equities some of this Bitcoin that's accepted around the world, then in case of an emergency, I mean, it's called a strategic reserve, right? Strategically, in case of a fucking emergency where the rest of the world kicks out our dollar, our government is going to have a big harness of Bitcoin, right? I mean, if it came down to it, I guess they could distribute it to the citizens. It'd be like, okay, you're all getting this amount, and the world still wants it. So be careful with how you spend it. And we're going to try to get our manufacturing back in order in the meantime. And then we're going to get our own currency again. We're going to be all good. But you see what I'm saying? It's going to hold value to the world when the dollar doesn't, just in case. And the rest of the world is seeing this happen. They're seeing, okay, so they have a crypto reserve. Maybe we shouldn't kick out the dollar, because if we do, then they're going to give the crypto reserve to their citizens. They're still going to have the purchasing power, and then they're going to reevaluate their economy, and they're going to bring power back to their assets by bringing manufacturing back, and then they're going to get their new currency again. You see what I'm saying? So they might not want to kick it out if they know all this shit's in the plans. But that's what's going on. That's why it's important. But what the blood toad is going to happen with Bitcoin right now? I'm going to keep buying it at $5 a day, no matter what. All right? We're seeing other governments, other equity funds buy this shit. I'm telling you guys, it's on sale right now. It's coming from a guy who's in the red right now. All right? I'm in the red on that bullshit right now. Not by much, but I'm in the red a little bit. But nonetheless, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on these matters. You can keep this video short. Like the video if you will. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace be with you.